Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this latest edition of Rebels Radio as we bring you live coverage of this afternoon's National League South Panorama game here between Slough and Dartford. The two sides met earlier in the season. It finished 1-1 in that game, and it's a pleasure to welcome all the Dartford fans and players here to Arbour Park. They have been here before, as they were here a couple of years ago in the FA Cup in a game that they won 3-2. So no strangers to Arbour Park are the Dartford fans, and they've come down in some good numbers here this afternoon. So welcome to Rebels Radio. My name is Aid. I'm your host this afternoon, and we'll have all of the action for you as well. And as usual, we would like to thank our two main sponsors for their continued support of Rebels Radio. They are, of course, My Football Club, the online football community, and you can find more about all the work that they do, including their Facebook page, which is Rebels Online. You find out more about them on the Pichero website. So it's Pichero and then My FC, and then that'll give you links to their site there. Also, our other supporters are, of course, the Slough Town Supporters Trust. And again, we would like to thank them for their continued support as well. And just a reminder that the sponsored walk this year will be on the 23rd of March, where it will be away to Woking. And that will be the walk from Arbour Park to Kingfield Stadium in Woking, or the Laithwaite Stadium as its sponsors would like it called. But it's always going to be the Kingfield Stadium to us. And we're just going to see if we can get someone to shut the door. So they'll just get someone to shut the door for the noisy bar people that are in there. So a couple of things for you then. Other games in the National League South this afternoon. There is a full programme in the rest of our league. It's Billericay Town versus Eastbourne Borough. It's Chelmsford City versus East Thurrock United. Chippenham Town versus Hungerford Town. Concord Rangers versus Bath City. Dulwich Hamlet at home to Hemel Hempstead Town. Hampton and Richmond Borough at home to Gloucester City. Truro versus Oxford City. Wealdstone versus St Albans. Welling United versus top of the table Torquay. And Woking versus Western Supermare. Those are your other games going on this afternoon in the National League South, and we'll try to give you updates from those games as well, but we will concentrate here on the game here at Arbour Park. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can do. There are several ways that you can do so. You can do so on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. That is all one word, all in lowercase. That will come through to us here this afternoon. Or if you're listening via the YouTube, you should see there's a little chat room underneath, and you can come through to there. So Baby Boy's already listening up in Lincolnshire. Good afternoon to Graham Tonkin, Roscoe Bros, and Lorna Fraser, who's going to miss the presentation to her son this afternoon. Sean will get a presentation just before the game for his 300th appearance for the Rebels, and we congratulate Sean on such a fantastic achievement for Slough. It's very unusual nowadays for players to stay around. I know that Dartford have got a few players like that as well. Okay, up and coming news for you for games. Now, Slough will be hosting on Friday the 8th of March. There'll be an England schoolboys match here at Arbour Park. It's England versus Wales for the Schoolboys Shield. So that game will be here at Arbour Park. Now, I do believe it's a 7 o'clock kickoff. You do, at the moment, need to buy tickets. You can buy the tickets here at Arbour Park if you are coming. Otherwise, you do have to buy them online. So please have a look at those details there. England schoolboys coming down here versus Wales schoolboys. It's Friday, the 8th of March. Just a reminder that there will also be the Friday after, it's the return of the Slough Town quiz. And a gentleman standing not too far away from me from FC Video, I believe they're going to try and defend their trophy that they won so easily at the last quiz. So that will be Friday the 8th of March, again held here at the football club. So please just be aware of that, and there'll be more details of that closer to the event. The Bucks and Bucks Cup draw was made during midweek. Slough will be away to Marlow. As of yet, there is no date confirmed before by either side. So at the moment, no date for that game, but that will be a Tuesday or a Wednesday game sometime midweek. So keep your eyes out for that. Slough away to Marlow. That's the semi-final. The other semi-final is Maidenhead versus Reading under 23s. So for the Rebels, the next game for the Rebels will be away next Saturday to Bath City. So that is a 3 o'clock kickoff, the 23rd. There is a supporters coach going to that game. It will leave St Joseph's School at 11:45. So if you do want to go on that one, you can do that. And then after that, Slough will be at home on the 2nd of March. Again, it's a Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. They will be at home to Hemel Hempstead Town. Those are your up-and-coming games for the Rebels this afternoon. We're just waiting for the two sides to come out, and obviously there will be that presentation to Sean Fraser this afternoon. Let's give you a quick run through of the two sides for you today, and we'll start with the away side. In goal is Bailey Vose wearing 1. 4 is Jordan Winter. 5 is Robbie Vint. 6 is the captain Tom Bonner. 7 is Ben Greenhall. 8 is Lee Noble. 12 is their new signing Darren McQueen. 15 is Phil Roberts. 16 Elliot Bradbrook. 17 is Ryan Hayes, and 19 is Daniel Johnson. Subs for Dartford this afternoon are 3 Mark Oniyema, 11 Tom Murphy, 14 Billy Crook, and 20 Jed Smith, with 18 Andre Coker. So for the Rebels, it's Jack Turner in goal, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 George Wells, 4 is the captain today, Sam Togwell, 5 is Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 is Matt Lench, 8 is Slough's new signing, a debut for Billy Clifford, 9 is Ben Harris, 10 Manny Williams, and 11 Warren Harris. So subs for the Rebels this afternoon are 12 Josh Jackman, 14 Simon Dunn, 15 Louis Soars, 16 Chris Flood, and 18 is Tommy Wood. Your referee today is Tom Bishop, and his 2 assistants are Alistair Higgs and Alexander Maffelson. So that's your lineup for this afternoon. You do have to bear with me. I've still got a bit of a cough going on as well. And we have some technical issues as well, which we are trying slowly to sort out, but it's trying to find the right problem and correct that problem. So if you do get a bit of cut out at all during today's broadcast, just bear with us, and we'll be back on air in a minute or two. So just please bear with us for that one while we try and sort that out. So we'll run through those two sides for you again this afternoon. Today is we've got a match sponsor in Landy Accounting Solutions, and they are today's match sponsor. We've also got a mascot here today who is Myla Rose, and she's 10 years old. She will be leading the team out along with the captain this afternoon. We are just waiting for a signal that the two sides are about to come out, and a lot of people just waiting here, especially for that presentation to Sean Fraser, as the two sides come out for you here this afternoon. Led out here by the two captains in Tom Bonner and Sam Togwell. So we're just having the two sides come out. Dartford are in all changed kit this afternoon of all purple. Slough in their home kit of amber shirts with blue sleeves, blue shorts, and navy blue socks. That's their kit. The goalkeeper's Vose is wearing green, and the Slough goalkeeper Jack Turner is wearing all white this afternoon. So there you go. That is everything going on for you this afternoon. Just waiting for the players to go around as the two managers are introduced to each other. They know each other well. They've often been at the same match of the day thing for FA Cup runs that both sides have had. So they know each other here as well. And this is only the second ever meeting. We're just going to say that the presentation to Sean Fraser is going on now here for 300 appearances. It's been presented by our chairman, Steve Easterbrook. So Sean Fraser getting a trophy for 300 appearances for the Rebels, and congratulations to Sean on that fantastic achievement. So there you go. This is only the second ever league meeting between the two sides. The earlier one this season finished 1-1. Previous meetings between the two sides have all been in cup competitions. And suffice to say that Dartford have always had the better, as they are unbeaten against the Rebels in their 4 meetings. And looks like some of the Dartford fans are going to sit in the stand and make some noise, but there you go. Yes, so Slough looking for a first ever win against Dartford. Dartford have won 3 and drawn 1 against Slough. But strangely enough, Slough are unbeaten in league games against Dartford. So there you go. We are just waiting for confirmation of who is going what. Slough look like they're going to be shooting from right to left this first half. So Slough shooting right to left. Slough will also have the kickoff here this afternoon. So Slough with the kickoff. There's the 2 sets of supporters past each other. There's a very loud Dartford fan in front of us here. So we are just waiting for our referee, Mr. Bishop, to get today's game underway. He's just making sure that all the goalkeepers and everybody is fine. And there it is. Kick-off here at Arbour Park. And Slough have the ball here, played here towards George Wells. Wells down the line, looking for Warren Harris, headed away there, and Lee Togwell wins it back for Slough in towards Warren Harris, just loses the ball. Togwell goes in with a challenge, wins it back here with Matt Lynch. Lynch goes all the way back here to Sam Togwell, captain for today. And Togwell trying to spread it out on the far hand side for Lee Togwell, covering on the far hand side. It looks as though Billy Clifford, the new signing, will sit in as a more defensive midfielder, allowing Lee Togwell to go further forwards this afternoon. It's a throw here for Dartford, right by their corner flag, deep inside their own half. It's Vince with the throw, won by Manny Williams, back in the side here, flicked on here, and it makes its way to Greenhow with the ball forwards. And it's chased down there by the new signing McQueen for Dartford. But the flick on here, won by Ben Harris. Little bit from Manny Williams into Ben Harris, who's in! And it's a goal already for Slough with their first shot of the game. And it comes from Ben Harris with the goal. And Slough score in the first minute of the game. And the goal coming from Ben Harris. He won the flick on from a ball forwards from the goalkeeper, Turner. The ball came through here to Manny Williams. He just backheeled it into the path of Ben Harris. And Harris, under pressure from the Dartford centre-back, fired it low past Vos, and Slough with an early lead here. And good ball forwards there by Jack Turner. Slough going a bit route one there, but it's worked out for the Rebels this afternoon. Good afternoon to Groomy, who's a darts fan. Unfortunately, Groomy, you're a little bit you're behind with a poor start for your guys. And also to Ian, who's listening as well. Slough with an early lead here. The kickoff here with Vint. Long ball forward by him. Played forwards, it's controlled. There's an offside or a foul, I do believe the referee's given. And the Dartford fans making a lot of noise behind that goal. Now they've got behind the goal. It's a free kick here for the Rebels for a foul there by Daniel Johnson. So it's going to be a free kick for Slough just outside the edge of their 18-yard box. Jack Turner will take this for the Rebels. Just waiting for a bit of movement here. And he goes long down the line looking for Warren Harris. Harris here holds the ball up here, plays it off Johnson. And it comes off Johnson last for a throw to Slough. And it'll be a throw halfway inside the Dartford half. Sean Fraser to come across to take it on this far hand side. Throws it in towards Manny Williams, who holds the ball up. Just over hooks it in there. Vint doesn't get a touch. It's actually a touch there to Ben Harris from Clifford, but the ball's been cleared only as far as hit Lynch and goes out of play for a throw to Dartford down this near hand side. And it's going to be left here for the right back Winter to take. And his throw in, headed away by George Wells. Manny Williams flicking it on here for Harris to chase, but Vince is the player chasing it back. And it goes back towards Vos, under pressure from Ben Harris. Good long clearance by him. Sam Togwell with the header there. It goes across here towards Sean Fraser, halfway inside his own half. Clifford with a little touch back here towards Sam Togwell, and he goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner, who launches the ball long down the field here for Slough, looking for Warren Harris on the far hand side. Comes through to Clifford, who takes it on his chest. Greenhill's now popped up on the far left hand side, but his ball only comes inside towards Fraser. Inside towards Lee Togwell. Back here towards Lynch. Lynch closed down by McQueen, but managed to get the ball here towards Nisbet. Nisbet finding Wells, and Wells will go back towards Turner in the Slough goal, with the ball chased back by Ryan Hayes. But Turner has the ball 10 yards outside of his box. Gets along on this left-hand side for Williams. Little cushion header finding George Wells. Wells bringing the ball forwards 15 yards here. Crosses first time. It's hooked clear by Bonner. And it'll come back out as far as Mark Nisbet, who's down this left-hand side. 10 yards inside the Slough half. Little 1-2 here with George Wells. Back inside to Lynch. Finding Nisbet. Slough under a bit of pressure here from Dartford when they've got the ball. Lovely little ball finding Manny Williams. Little space here for Clifford to play the ball in. He finds Warren Harris on the outside. Harris coming down that near hand side, cuts it back here towards Fraser. Fraser's first time cross into the box, hits Lynch, and Lynch just couldn't get a touch to it. It hit him on the knee, or on the shin really, and Winter was in his way, blocking his way, and Vose comes to claim the ball in the Dartford goal. And he looks to play it down the field here, long for Roberts, beaten to the ball by Nisbet. Williams heads the ball on. It will come to Vint, the centre back, under pressure from Williams down the line, over the head here, and it comes through to Roberts. Roberts gets behind the Slough defence, crosses on the far hand side to McQueen. Oh, and he's volleyed it onto the crossbar and over the top for a goal kick. Lovely play that by Dartford down the right hand side. Roberts got behind George Wells. He crossed it first time that he got to the ball, and McQueen from 6 yards out. The ball was a little bit behind him, but he managed to get a foot to it to aim a volley goal as it just clipped the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. This game certainly living up to a billing here, and Turner takes the goal kick short for the Rebels down this near hand side towards Fraser. Fraser the ball over the top here for Lynch to chase up against Bonner. Bonner hooks that one high up in the air. Underneath it is Greenhill, but Lee Togwell with a header. He finds Manny Williams in space, but Williams has the ball robbed off him there by Bradbuck, and it's played out here now to Hayes, who's down on swapping on this near hand side in towards Lynch. Holds the ball up well for George Wells. Wells cuts inside and finds Clifford. Clifford inside here towards Lee Togwell. Togwell under pressure though, and plays it back here towards Sean Fraser. And the ball's here with Sam Togwell of Slough, just patrolling his 18-yard line. Zach Randall's listening on a delayed train. Sorry, Zach, but you've missed the goal. And the ball's here with Jack Turner at the moment in the Slough goal on the penalty spot there. And it's a long ball forwards, aimed at Harris. It's won by Winter, and then played quickly there forwards. And there's an offside here that the referee spots here against Dartford. And it will be a free kick to the Rebels. And they take it short towards Warren Harris. Back here towards Clifford. Clifford down that right hand side. Turns away from McQueen. And back inside to Mark Nisbet. Nisbet to Sam Togwell. Togwell's ball played forwards here. Looking for Ben Harris. Tries to get there first, but it skips off the surface and into the hands of the goalkeeper Vose on the edge of his 18-yard line. Ben Harris standing behind him. And it's a long kick here by the Dartford goalkeeper, aimed towards Roberts, headed away by Nisbet, flicked on by Lee Togwell, in here towards Bradbuck, spreads it out on this near hand side towards Hayes. Hayes down the line here for Nisbet to chase. He heads it away towards Lynch. Lynch hooks the ball forwards here for Slough. And Williams trying to win it, but Vinter comes across with a defensive header, finding Bonner. Bonner now plays it here a little bit further forwards for Johnson, who has to stretch to get there. In fact, he leaves it here for Greenall to come in off the wing here to bring the ball back in, and played inside towards Vint. Vint playing the ball forwards here towards Roberts. Roberts caught George Wells, and he cleared the ball there, and it's a fraction late by the Dartford striker. And the referee will just go over and have a word with him. And it's... and I think the Slough fans here in this main stand looking for a booking for that one there. But the referee just happy with a word in the ear of Roberts early on in this first half. So Nisbet with this free kick for Slough. Over the top here for Clifford to chase. Winter with the header away, and it comes through towards Hayes. Hayes being closed down by Manny Williams, who wins the ball back here for Slough, and then plays the ball inside towards Lynch. Lynch forward here towards Warren Harris. Harris takes a touch out here towards Sean Fraser on the right-hand side. Fraser under pressure, but plays it in towards Warren Harris. Harris just overruns it, and it sells it short to McQueen. McQueen tries to come through. Lynch with a poor challenge. Referee says play on, as the ball's here with Hayes down the right-hand side. Dartford have got numbers in the box. The ball crossed in towards McQueen on the edge of the box, being forced wide by the two Togwell brothers, but finds the ball out here towards Johnson. Johnson crosses right-footed, headed away by Nisbet, only as far as Noble. Noble then spreads it back out here towards Hayes. Hayes has wandered into an offside position, and he just... I don't think he agrees with that decision. It looked quite tight from our position there. No, I won't actually. Sorry, someone just offered me a tea. Good afternoon to Taylor's Talks who's listening in. He wants me to run you through the Dartford team. Okay, in goal is Vos, 4 is Winter, 5 Vint, 6 Bonner, 7 Greenor, 8 Noble, 12 McQueen, 15 Roberts, 16 Bradbuck, 17 Hayes, Johnson West 19. It's a free kick here to Slough, as the offside decision is... the referee has finally had a word with Hayes, who was just disappointed with that. And it's Turner with this free kick for Slough, looking for Ben Harris, who does well to flick the ball on. Warren Harris trying to get there first, and he gets a cross in, but it's well blocked by Bonner, and out for the first corner of the game. And it goes to Slough, with Harris flicking it on to Warren Harris. Neither of the two are related. And it's going to be George Wells who pops across here for Slough to take this corner. And Clifford, the new signing, comes into a defensive role here for Slough. And Warren Harris just going wide here for the Rebels, just trying to pull Noble out of position. Ball played in short here. It's sort of clear towards Lynch. Lynch takes a shot from 25 yards, but it's over the top of the bar. And the idea was there, but he had to snatch it a little bit as he was being closed down by Roberts from the Dartford side. So in case you missed it, early goal for Slough in the first minute is by Ben Harris, gives Slough the 1-goal lead here. And a long ball played forwards here towards Roberts. Roberts got time to control the ball, but not the best of controls. It's won back here by Lynch for Slough, and he plays it back here to the left-back George Wells. Wells goes cross ball over the top of Johnson here towards Warren Harris. Harris on the edge of the 18-yard box, keeps the ball in play, under pressure from Johnson, then tries to play it in towards Clifford. It's well intercepted there by Greenall, and the ball comes out here towards Noble. Noble down the line for McQueen. McQueen, new signing, and one's offside, but Hayes isn't offside, and a chance for Dartford down this near-hand side. Hayes going to try to cut himself. Blocked really well by George Wells. The shot comes in. It's a great shot by Noble. Really well saved, though, by Turner in the Slough goal. And good refereeing and play by the linesman down this near-hand side. Roberts was easily in an offside position from the pass from McQueen. He stood there. Hayes ran onto it. His shot was blocked initially by George Wells. It came through to Noble from just outside the box. And a good save forced out of the Slough goalkeeper, Jack Turner. Slough have the ball here with Sam Togwell, 10 yards inside his own half, finding Fraser down the right-hand side, in towards Clifford. Clifford's got a bit of space inside now towards Ben Harris. Little 1-2 back towards Clifford, back inside, and then it was well read there, but given away here towards Manny Williams. 25 yards from shot, goes for goal, and it's superbly blocked by Bradbuck, and the ball's here with Wells. He's it straight at Bradbuck again, and then Roberts can clear the ball here for Dartford. Played out on the far hand side to Greenall. Greenall's first chance to run at Sean Fraser down that hard side. Plays it inside towards McQueen. McQueen turns on the edge of the box, trying to find a bit of space. Skips past the challenge of Lee Togwell. Still has the ball inside the box at his feet. Tries to come down the near hand side. He does an equaliser for Dartford, and it comes from Greenall, who scores. Great work by McQueen down that near hand side, and his ball played back in to Greenall, who scores from 6 yards out. It's an equaliser for the away team here on 12 minutes or 13 minutes, I think that they'll class that as. Sorry, I missed it again, but I got there in the end. An equaliser there for... I didn't put the goal scorer in. My apologies. Sorry, I got to do the scoreboard here as well, and didn't see that. So an equaliser for Dartford again, very much like that first game of the season. Slough took the lead, And an equaliser for Dartford comes from Ben Greenhull. And that is Greenhull's 4th goal of the season for Dartford. And it's Slough with the kickoff here. And that goal all came from the fact that Bradbury made 3 really good defensive blocks inside his own half that stopped Slough from having a really good chance of scoring. And then Dartford just come at the other end and score. 1-1 here at Arbour Park. Ball's here with Nisbet. Little 1-2 with Lynch inside towards Wells. And again, the Dartford front 4 pressurise the Slough defence when they've got the ball. Ball played in here towards Clifford. Clifford trying to trip it over the top for Ben Harris. Chests it into the path of Warren Harris. Harris gets a lucky ricochet. Pulls away from Johnson. Still running. Oh, he gets taken down by Johnson. And that's a foul right on the edge of the box there. And you could well see the first yellow card of the... It's a yellow card there to Daniel Johnson. On... how many minutes are we on? 15. So all action here at Arbour Park. Slough have a free kick roughly 20 yards away from goal. And it's quite wide to the corner of the corner box. Standing over it is Lynch, Wells, Clifford and Ben Harris. But it does look as though Ben Harris is going to leave it for one of those other 3. Clifford standing over it alongside Lynch. And Wells would be your left-footed option for the Rebels. There's a 5-man Dartford wall with Sam Togwell joining that wall as well. And the referee blows his whistle. It looks like it's Lynch who hits it straight at the wall. Comes back out towards Clifford, who gets the ball out here towards Wells. Wells crosses first time. Headed away by Bonner to the edge of the way. There's an offside there against Ben Harris. And Harris and Noble are both down at the moment. But the referee just going over to see... if there's an injury, there looks like a bit of a head injury to Ben Harris. Here, Noble's back on his feet there. Good evening, good afternoon to Bald Raven who's listening in. And just a stoppage in play here at the moment for an injury. Latest scores from the National League South. It's Billericay 0, Eastbourne 0, Chelmsford 0, East Thurrock 0, Chippenham 0, Hungerford on a bit of a roll here at the moment. 1, Concord Rangers 2, Bath 0, it's Dulwich 1, Hemel Hempstead 1, Hampton and Gloucester is 0-0, Truro, Oxford City's 0-0, Wilstone 0, St Albans 1, who got beaten 5-0 by Hungerford last week. It's Welling 0, Torquay 0 and Woking 1, Western Supermare 0. So all the teams near the bottom of the league trying to get away, but little break in play still as Ben Harris getting some treatment. Looks like he's taken a bang on the nose as Ben. And just gets to his feet. I think he's indicating that it was an arm, but I don't think it was. I think it was just the 2 went up for the ball there. And good afternoon to Black Boot Harris who's listening in. And Ben just coming off here, just got a bloodied mouth I think there. And there'll be a change of shirt for Ben Harris as well. So he's just going to make his way off the field. So Slough temporarily down to 10 men here at the moment. As Vos will be the player that takes the free kick here for Dartford. And a long ball played forwards here, looking for Roberts again. It's come off the head of Nisbet. Lynch is there to control the ball on his fight, brings the ball out. Roberts tried to foul him. Lynch shakes off the challenge, just overruns it and then comes off Hayes last. It's a throw to Slough and it'll be left here for George Wells to take. And the linesman's just going to come to make sure that Ben's not bleeding before he allows him back on. And the linesman's happy, so Ben's back on. Slough back up to their normal 11 on the field. And it'll be a throw here to Slough, halfway inside their own half. 18 minutes gone. Slough 1, Dartford 1. And the ball thrown quickly towards Martin Nisbet. Back here towards George Wells, who plays it over across to the right back. Sean Fraser, acres of space, takes it down on his chest on the halfway line. Inside here towards Clifford. Clifford with a heavy touch, being challenged there by Noble. And a free kick here to Slough. Taken quickly here, finding Lynch. Lynch inside, trying to find a bit of space. He plays the ball in. Bradbuck again with the block, and it comes out here towards Greenhouse, score of the equaliser. Played forwards, it doesn't run through, and Turner has to come to the edge of his box to hack the ball down the field. Mistake here by Bonner. Bonner heads the ball up in the air. Warren Harris will chase it, but Bonner's there first for Dartford. Hooks his clearance away. Lynch leaves it for Nisbet. Gets the ball back here to Lynch. And Lynch just inside the Dartford half, finding Sean Fraser. Back inside to... Clifford just turned away from two Dartford players. Inside towards Williams. Williams holding the ball up. Now to Warren Harris down his right-hand side. Crosses first time. Inside for Clifford, who can't get his header down. And a good effort by the new signing just over the top of the bar. And we've got one of those. And it's out of play for a goal kick. Here, all the balls seem to have been over the top of the bar for some reason. I don't know how that went over. It looked like it was just over. It's gone over the fence, and we've got a new ball coming in. So there you go. So if you are listening in and you want to get in contact with us, you can do it in two ways. Do so on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or if you're listening via the YouTube, there should be a little chat room come through to us. So we'll give you a shout out this afternoon as Vos takes this goal kick here for Dartford. Flicked on by Roberts, finding McQueen, but Sam Togwell with the header away, only as far as Brad, but controlled pass in towards Hayes. Hayes takes a touch and then knocks it over here for Roberts to chase down by the corner flag, but Nisbet comes across, and Roberts has been adjudged to have fouled Nisbet here. Nisbet's down on the floor in the corner, and I think he just landed awkwardly from a shoulder barge by Roberts. Nothing in it whatsoever. But I think Nisbet just landed awkwardly. And Nisbet is fine. He's back on his feet here. And Slough have got a free kick. The referee just chatting to the linesman down this near-hand side. And I think he'll just call Roberts over to have a word with him. In fact, I've got a funny feeling that the referee might actually book Roberts here. He did have a word with him a minute ago, and Roberts does go in the book. So yellow cards for Roberts on 21 minutes. And a little bit harsh. I think that's where two players have gone for the ball, and just a stronger shoulder barge over. And the Dartford management team just get Elliot Bradbutt to go over to Roberts just to calm him down and to focus himself. It's a free kick to Slough right by their corner flag. And Turner will take it for the Rebels. And a long kick down the field here for Slough. Headed away by Vince into the crowd. Caught by a gentleman there. It's a throw to the Rebels. Good afternoon to Tosh Sharma and Kathleen Turner. Kathleen Turner. If only, hey? Kathleen Porter listening in. So ball over the top here for Ben Harris to chase. It's headed away by Bonner and then played out for a throw to the Rebels. Just 15 yards inside the Dartford half. Quick throw here by Slough, finding Sam Togwell just inside his own half. Comes across here to Nisbet. Nisbet's first time ball finds Lynch. Lynch hasn't got many options over, so finds Wells. Wells back here towards Nisbet, and Dartford are pressurising the Slough back forward, but they don't have the ball. McQueen pressurising Togwell. Lovely ball over the top here for Sean Fraser to chase. Hooks the ball into the penalty area, but it's too high and goes out of play. And yet another ball over the top of the stand. So Slough definitely overworking their ball boys this afternoon. Bearing in mind that I think the youngest ball boy's got to be about 58. I'm be surprised if any of them last the entire game the way it's going at the moment. Goal kick here to Dartford, and it's Vos to take the goal kick. And again, long ball aimed towards Roberts, who was in an offside position, and he's offside. It's just referee says play on, and the ball's here with Lynch. Lynch runs into Hayes. It's our phase for a throw, and the referee just saying that it was advantage played. Ball's here with Lee Togwell, finding his brother Sam Togwell, and again immediately As soon as Sam Togwell gets the ball, McQueen, the new signing, is on to him like a flash. McQueen signed from Southern United for Dartford. Ball inside towards Lee Togwell. Lynch has got a bit of space here and then finds on the left-hand side George Wells. Wells just chipping the ball in towards Ben Harris. Headed away, though, by Vint. Little cushion header. Hayes' ball inside is intercepted by Lynch for Slough and finding Lee Togwell. In towards Clifford. Clifford just overruns it. And Vinter wins the ball back here. It's here with Bradbrook. In towards Hayes. And Bradbrook just got caught. Easy, Tiger. Easy. It's a free kick here to Dartford. And it's around about 10 yards inside their own half. And Vos, the goalkeeper, will come across to take it. And it's just been told by the referee to bring it forwards a little bit here. And the Dartford fans who came on a double-decker bus with their players this afternoon, making some good noise behind that goal. Again, aimed towards Roberts on the far-hand side. Sam Togwell with the first header. Lee Togwell heads it on. Noble then for Dartford, but it comes through to Sean Fraser, whose clearance is blocked. Spins over the head of Bradbrook, and now here with Lynch bringing the ball forward. They've got 4 on the attack here. It's played out here towards Manny Williams. And Williams forgot to take the ball with him, and it goes out of play. Winter takes the throw quickly to Bradbrook, inside towards Winter, under pressure again from Slough. Plays it back towards his goalkeeper, Vos. Vos clears it down the field, only as far as Lee Togwell. Heads it on towards Williams. Williams takes it in his path, finding Clifford. Clifford are trying to reverse ball in for finding Warren Harris, and Vos has to come out, and he gets there just before Warren Harris gets to him and finds Greenhall. Ball inside here towards Noble. Oh, and Lee Togwell has taken him straight out here. This is going to be at least a yellow, and that could possibly be a red there for Lee Togwell. That's a horrendous challenge by the Slough midfielder. Both going for the ball. The ball's there, and somehow, I don't know how, but Lee Togwell gets a yellow card, and that really could have been a red card there. He was the difference between that and the fact that Roberts got a yellow card for his challenge is blindingly obvious. That was far more of a foul, and Noble still getting some treatment here at the moment on the floor here from that tackle. And he's on his back, which is a little bit better. He was lying on his front prostate there, but he seems to be okay. There's Dartford physio working on him at the far hand side. Latest scores for you while we got this little break in play. It's Billericay leading 1-0 against Eastbourne Borough, 0-0 against Chelmsford East Thurrock. Hungerford still 1-0 up at Chippenham. Concord still 2-0 against Bath. It's 1-1 Dulwich Hamlet. Truro are 1-0 up at home to Oxford City. And the other scores we've already given you. So there you go. Noble is back on his feet, thankfully. He seems to be okay. And it does look like he's going to be able to continue, which is good news. I think there's a couple of Dartford fans behind the goal. A little bit incensed with the referee for not giving a red card there. But it's a free kick here for Dartford. And the goalkeeper, Vos, is going to come all the way almost up to the halfway line to take this goal kick for Dartford. He's just signalling he wants players to move forwards a bit. Goes long down the field to aiming towards Bradbrook, who flicks the ball on well. Hooked cleared, though, on the volley by Sean Fraser. And it's gone straight out of play for a throw to Dartford. Johnson looking to take it quick, but just holds the ball up. He's just gained a few yards, which the referee's pointed out to him. And Johnson will eventually take this throw on the far-hand side. And it finally does. It throws it in towards Brad, but Brad puts ball inside here towards Roberts. Roberts turns away well, crosses to the far post, headed away by Wells just at the right time. Clifford then flicks the ball on towards Williams. Williams just turns away from Bradbrook and finds Lynch. Lynch bringing the ball forwards for Slough. Winter going with him, and Lynch plays it out, and it comes off Lynch last for a throw. I thought it maybe actually came off Winter last, but it's a throw here to Dartford. And it'll be Winter to take this throw halfway inside his own half. aims long towards Roberts, who flicks the ball on, headed away though by Sam Togwell, and Hayes just lets it go out of play for a throw, then throws it straight at Lee Togwell. Togwell's header only finds no ball. Long ball up in the air that Greenhill up against Fraser. Greenhill wins a header, but Fraser comes back and wins the ball. It's here now with Lee Togwell trying to find Williams on the far hand side. Good control by Williams, and Winter uses his body really well to block the ball there, and then Ben Harris goes diving in to block the kick from Rose but can't get there. McQueen with the chance to win the ball, but it's one here with George Wells for Slough. Brings the ball forwards inside here towards Lee Togwell. He'll spread it out to Sean Fraser just inside his own half. Fraser comes in and brings the ball 10 yards. Back inside here towards Lynch. Lynch finding Wells. Wells under pressure immediately, but gets the ball here towards Williams. Inside towards Wells, who's continued his run. Looks to shoot from distance. It's a great shot, but it's an even better save by the goalkeeper, Vose, who was full stretch to play that ball. And it was one of those George Wells specials. If you've seen them, hits it hard and low into that bottom corner across the goalkeeper's left. But Vose did really well to get down and out for a corner to Slough. And George Wells himself will go across to take this corner for Slough. So it'll be an in-swinging corner. And Tosh Sharma is listening in from Los Angeles. Well, lucky you, Tosh. Ball played in deep at the far-hand side. Nisbet goes down in the box, but the referee says no foul, and it's all the way out for a goal kick to Dartford. And Ben Harris just acting as ball boy for Dartford here, just getting the ball back. And it'll be a goal kick here for the away side. And it's Vose to take this goal kick. 30 minutes gone, 1-1 still to score between the two. As Vose again, long kick aimed towards Roberts. Sam Togwell with the header away, headed on by Johnson. Sam Togwell calls and wins the next header. Bradbrook's cushion header doesn't find Greeno on the far hand side. It's here with Clifford in towards Sean Fraser. Back towards Clifford. Clifford just overruns it. Bradbrook gets there first at the ball and back towards Johnson. Johnson down the field over the head of Fraser and McQueen, who plays it in, but intercepted by Mark Nisbet and finds Lynch in the centre. Lynch bringing the ball forwards here, held up by Hayes. It means he has to come back towards George Wells in the left back position, finding Manny Williams. Williams closed down by Winter, but ball to lovely ball by Wells, finding Lynch, who's come behind the defence down this left hand side, crosses in hard and low. Oh, Warren Harris with the volley. Ball still going on the far hand side, and it's gone out for a corner. The volley from Warren Harris from a low cross in by Matt Lynch. It just scooped onto the crossbar. It came back down. Clifford went for it and it came off Greeno on the far hand side for a corner to Slough, their third of the game. And so I didn't press the stopwatch, so just as well we got a scoreboard. And again, another in-swinging corner to come from Slough this time. The referee keeping an eye. There is lots of pushing and shoving going on in the box, and the referee blows his whistle to indicate what's going on. Ben Harris is being fouled by his own player. That's how bad it is. It's all going on. The referee has finally blown the whistle for it to be taken. And Wells will come and take this corner for Slough. It's going to go to the back post. It's headed goalwards by Sam Togwell, but just wide of the goal and out for a goal kick. Apologies, still got a bit of a cold that I really can't shake here at the moment, but not that if you lot care, but I just want to tell you that that's why the break in commentary there. So it's again a goal kick here for Dartford, all in purple this afternoon. So long kick by Vose. The lights just come on here at Arbour Park. Sam Togwell's header away, comes off the head of Bradbrook, and it's intercepted here by Manny Williams, who holds the ball up here towards Lynch. Lynch finding Ben Harris. It's a little bit behind him, and the Dartford bench called for that and got that one. It did go out, which given it. Quick throw in towards Roberts. Little cushion header. Sam Togwell volleys it straight out of play, and out for a throw to Dartford. And we're just waiting for a ball, basically. And the ball is thrown on by a fan really badly. I'm surprised that the referee hasn't gone over and booked that fan for time wasting. It's that bad a throw onto the pitch. And then Ben Harris kicks the ball over. Winter can't get it. We still haven't taken a throw yet. So finally we get the throw here coming from Winter, the right back here for Dartford. Long throw in. Again, he throws it straight at Togwell, who plays the down in. And Vint wins a header, finding Winter. This time he has a better luck kicking the ball forwards. Nisbet heads it away. Bradbrook slips over the top of Williams. Vint hits it straight at Ben Harris. And then Harris goes down looking for a free kick that was never going to happen. It's here with Bradbrook. Inside towards Noble. Noble finding the left back Johnson. Johnson in towards McQueen. McQueen finding little pockets in between the Slough defence and midfield. McQueen turns really well. Good play by McQueen, the new signing, towards Bradbrook. Floats the ball out here towards Hayes. Good control down this near hand side. Looking to cross it in hard and low. It takes a shot. It's blocked there. And the shot came from Greenhall again, just from the penalty area. It's actually blocked by McQueen, the Dartford player, and then rebounded into the arms of Jack Turner. You're not calling that a shot on target? No? Okay. A shot blocked, we're calling that. Ball's in the hand of the Slough goalkeeper as we approach the final 11 minutes of this first half. A long ball down the field, aimed for Harris. Vint wins the first header. Then it's flicked on by Bradbrook. Lee Togwell's header finding Matt Lynch. Lynch with the ball back out here towards George Wells. Wells takes a touch and then looks for the ball over the top of Johnson, finding Warren Harris. Harris kicks her head to it but can't keep the ball in. And out of play for a throw to Dartford on the far hand side, level their 18-yard line. Still 1-1 here at Arbour Park. 2 goals in the first 13 minutes of the game. And it'll be Johnson with the throw on that far hand side. Lee Togwell wins the header. It'll come through to Vint, who plays it ball forwards. Easily intercepted by Lynch. Lynch's ball played in towards Manny Williams. Williams skips past the challenge, finding Lee Togwell. Passed outside here towards Warren Harris. Harris got Fraser on the overlap if he needs him. Doesn't need him. Crosses it into the box. Ben Harris goes for the ball, and Vinter with the header away and out for a corner, much to the annoyance of the Dartford players even, who surround the referee. Slough want to take it quickly, but the referee not going to have that. Ball plays in on the far hand side to Sam Togwell. Heads it back in towards Williams. It's blocked on the line by Bonner. And Bonner just stood there. He just stuck a knee out to block the ball. And Dartford didn't switch on from that corner that Slough took easily. This time Wells is going to take it out swinging corner. And Slough with a different formation here, just played into the near post. It's gone all the way through. Winter heads it goalwards, and it's hooked clear off the byline by Greenhall. Clifford wins the header for Slough, but it goes out of play and out for a throw to Dartford. And Jordan Winter comes across to take this throw. And just taking his time with this throw here for the away side. High up in the air. Again aimed towards Roberts. Roberts flicks it on. Headed away by Wells. Finds Manny Williams. Williams just turns and has the ball taken off him by Hayes. Hayes tries to keep the ball back in and does keep the ball down and down the line here. But Nisbet comes across for Slough and finding Turner. Turner, just as McQueen was closing him down, ball back out here towards Mark Nisbet down by his corner flag. Aves long here towards Warren Harris. Harris beaten to the ball by Bonner, but it comes through to Lynch. Lynch chipping the ball over the head of Noble, finding Lee Togwell. Togwell inside that centre circle position. He's got Fraser on the overlap, but this time they'll cut inside towards Lynch. Back out here towards Lee Togwell. Slough keeping the ball well into Sean Fraser. Fraser cuts inside with the ball, finding Lynch. Back out here towards Lee Togwell, and Togwell had to stretch, couldn't get it, and out of play for a throw to Dartford. Dartford looking to take it quick with Johnson trying to find the goal scorer Greenall down the near hand side, and they go back towards Turner, and Turner under pressure has to sky that one straight out of play for a throw to Dartford. They're going to need another ball because that's out in St Joseph's School. And nice to see Slough's giant of a ball boy go and get the ball. If you've ever been to Slough, you'll know what we mean. Slough clear the ball here only as far as Bonner. Bonner beats Ben Harris to the ball, and it finds Vint, who hits it with the outside of his foot. Intercepted though by George Wells, and Wells brings the ball forwards. Travels 30-40 yards with the ball, still going with it. There's a clash between Ben Harris and Winter. Ball played down the left to Williams. Williams cuts inside for Slough. Back inside towards Clifford. Leaves it off here for Ben Harris, who shoots his great block again by Bonner. And Ben Harris is down injured. And that could be quite a bad injury there, because that was immediate that Bonner blocked the ball It was a great block by the Dartford captain as Ben Harris went to take the shot, and I think that I think they're saying that it's going to need an immediate substitution for Ben Harris, because I think as he took the shot, his follow through hit Bonner, and Ben Harris is down flat on his face, and it's unusual for Ben to be down injured like this, and I think they've already immediately signalled that there needs to be a substitution for Slough, and I think they're calling they need a stretcher for him. They need a stretcher for Ben Harris. So a bit of a break in play here at Arbour Park, as that looks quite a serious injury here to Ben Harris on the far hand side. Let's try and give you a thing. Brian Hing is listening to the commentary in Thailand. Thank you very much. Black Boots Harris is listening in Antigua. Where do I get the wrong end of the thing here? Everyone else is on holiday, enjoying the sunshine, and I'm sat here in a cold, miserably overcast Slough, commentating on football. Let's give you, while we've got this break of play, while Ben Harris is put onto the stretcher, and it is a bit of a break of play here for Ben Harris to get some treatment here. So, and if you know Ben Harris, he's not the kind of player that would lay on the floor here. Let's give you the latest scores from the National League South. It's Billericay 1, Eastbourne 0, Chelmsford 0, East Thurrock 0, Chippenham 0, Hungerford 1, Concord 2, Bath 0. Game of the day seems to be here at Dulwich Hamlet. Dulwich Hamlet 2, Hemel Hempstead 3. It's Hampton and Richmond 0, Gloucester 0, Truro 1, Oxford City 0, Wealdstone 0, St Albans 1, Welling 0, Torquay 0, and Woking 0, Weston-super-Mare. So Woking 1, Weston-super-Mare 0. Ben Harris is declining the stretcher, but he is being helped off here, and he is getting a warm round of applause as he comes off, and that maybe isn't as bad as an injury as he's thought. He is putting some weight on it, but it does mean that Slough are forced into a substitution for Slough. Ben Harris is the player coming off, and it will be Chris Flood, the player coming on, and that substitution finally takes place on 41 minutes. And Ben will just come past us here in a second. He's still being helped off here by the Slough physio and Josh Jackman as well. And the referee just making sure that he comes off. And the grimace on Ben Harris's face mostly tells you all you need to know about that injury. But no blame at all to anyone there. It was just literally the follow through on the shot, and Ben is you can just see it etched on his face here at the moment. He's in absolute pain. Simon Dunn taking over in carrying him. I think they're going to take him straight down the tunnel, and Ben getting a warm round of applause from the people in this West Stand here this afternoon. And Dartford have kicked the ball back here to Jack Turner as the play continues. Flood flicks the header on, but it goes straight out of play. And so Ben goes straight down towards the dressing room there, and the game will be now a goal kick to Dartford. We'll have a few minutes of injury time at least to add on here. So although we're into the 42nd minute of the game, there should be about 4 or 5. Roberts tries to head it on, headed away by Nisbet, headed on by Vint towards Hayes. Hayes first time ball here for Roberts to chase, but it's too close to Turner in the Slough goal, and it's into the arms of the Slough goalkeeper. And he rolls the ball out here towards Sam Togwell. No change in formation for Slough. Flood has just gone up front with Manny Williams, so no change for the Rebels. And Turner takes the ball with his feet just outside his box, looking for the run of Warren Harris. Johnson with a header away, and it's out for a throw to Slough, level with the 18-yard line. Clifford takes it quick for the Rebels, finding Lee Togwell. Togwell plays it back in towards Clifford. Clifford in an advanced role, plays it back in towards Fraser. Slough again under pressure from Dartford when Slough have the ball. Noble it is, he's just chased that ball 40 yards for Dartford. And the ball back here towards Turner, looking for Wells. Winter gets ahead to it. It's out of play for a throw to Slough, halfway inside the Dartford half. Again, we're just waiting for the ball to come in. And Wells takes the throw quickly towards Lynch, gets the ball back, does Wells, finds Nisbet just inside the Dartford half. And Slough have wasted that because they've gone all the way back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And Turner just plays it across here towards Sam Togwell. Up here towards Sean Fraser, halfway inside the Slough half. Back here towards Sam Togwell, spreads it. First time towards... I got the hiccups for some reason. I don't even have a drink. Nisbet in towards George Wells. Now again under pressure from Hayes. It's Hayes. Oh, Nisbet's just hacked that ball straight onto the top of the stand here, as you can mostly hear. And we'll need another ball here, and it'll be a throw to... I think that Vinter's looking to see if that ball's coming down. He doesn't realise it's a curved roof. It's coming down the other side of the stand. Throw comes in again, aimed towards Roberts. Roberts does well to take the ball down run and keeps being surrounded by 4 Slough players. Hits it straight at Nisbet. And Nisbet's clearance comes out here towards Clifford. Clifford and Noble go for the same ball. It's cleared here towards McQueen though for Dartford. Dartford back out here towards Greenell. Greenell scores that equaliser. Chips the ball into the box. Nisbet heads it away, only as far as Hayes at the back post. Oh, Williams in 4 Slough gets there first. And then Lynch heads it on here. Flood tries to get there, but Vince there first for Dartford, and he plays it all the way back towards Jack Turner, not on purpose, but his ball was just overhit. And it'll be a goal kick here to the Rebels. So a few minutes of added time. We're just waiting for a signal to come through for the number of minutes, and it will come through to us here. 3 minutes of added time. Well, you had the injury to Noble, who was down injured, then Ben Harris. And then the Ben Harris blood one. I don't know what this referee's doing. I think the referee wants to get back into the bar to watch Newport County versus Man City. Not much time added on here at Arbour Park. It's coming out here towards Lee Togwell. Plays the ball down here for Manny Williams to chase. It's got too much on it, but it goes out for a throw to Dartford right by the corner flag. So it does mean that Slough get a territorial advantage in the fact that Winter's got a throw. And the referee just pointing out that he's got to be right by that corner flag when he throws it on. A lot of people walking to the bar here, so we can't see much at the moment. Vinter's throw, again aimed towards Roberts. Lee Togwell with the header on towards Wells, only as far as Bradbuck, who plays the ball over the top. Sam Togwell has to sprint to get there. Turner clears it first time, only as far as Hayes, who hits it across towards Johnson. Johnson's ball forwards will go all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Don't forget, we will have our half-time quiz. And as usual, it's based on our away team this afternoon, so it'll be about darts of some kind. As Turner's long ball over the head of Johnson, Warren Harris can't run onto it, and it's into the hands of the goalkeeper, Vose. Both goalkeepers have made very good saves this afternoon. Vose from that George Wells shot, and Jack Turner from that excellent Lee Noble effort, which is why it's 1-1 here. And the ball played up in the air. Lynch beaten to the ball by Bradbuck, only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet's ball hits Clifford, and the referee says no foul. Ball's here with Clifford, just inside his own centre circle. Plays it out here towards Warren Harris. Harris has got a bit of space. Back inside here towards Clifford. And Clifford chipping the ball over, trying to find Manny Williams. Vint with the header away, flicked on by Bonner. And then Lynch with the foul on Noble. And it'll be a free kick to Dartford. Noble just on the ground still. And Noble back on his feet. And it'll be a free kick to Dartford just outside their penalty area, about 7 or 8 yards outside. Vose, the goalkeeper, will take it. And we're coming up towards half-time as it's a long ball played forwards here, looking again for Greenhill, who wins the header on. Sam Togwell's there for Slough, but it's won back here by Bradbuck. Bradbuck trying to turn on that far hand side, holding the ball up well, then gives it away towards Lynch. Lynch, though, is immediately closed down by Noble. Lynch still has the ball. Noble takes it off him. It's won back by Warren Harris, and then Johnson's ball hits Bradbuck, and Bradbuck somehow kept that in, finding Roberts down the left hand side. Roberts turning, holding the ball up here against Fraser. A lovely little ball inside towards Bradbuck, just overruns it. Sam Togwell can't get there, and McQueen keeps it in from going out for a corner, trying to keep the play alive. Back towards Bradbuck. Oh, lazy ball in, but it comes here towards Winter, who takes a shot, and as usual, with the last kick of the first half. That shot was high wide, and like myself, pretty damn ugly. So there you go. Half time here, called at. Where are we? We're half time up at 1-1. I've forgotten where we were. It's just everyone starts walking up to the bar here and stuff. So everyone going to the bar. Apart from us, we're not going to the bar. There you go. So it's half time here. Oh, you got a message from your wife. Do you want to read that personally? Or you don't want me to read that one out live on air, no? Okay, we'll let you off on that one there. So half time here at Arbour Park. It started off brilliantly for Slough with that goal on 1 minute by Ben Harris, but quick equaliser on 13 minutes by Ben Greenall with a shot from 6 yards out. Means it's 1-1 here at Arbour Park, and the referee just thrown a few yellow cards around. 2 for Dartford, 1 for Slough, but that injury to Ben Harris has put a little bit of a dampener on it for the Rebels here this afternoon. Did you just nick the half-time scores? Just because you got a message from your wife doesn't mean to say that you can turn the half-time scores off. Okay, half-time scores in from the National League South. Billericay 1, Eastbourne 0, Chelmsford 1, East Thurrock 0, Chippenham 0, Tentman, Hungerford 1, Concord 2, Bath 0, Dulwich 2, Hemel Hempstead 3, Hampton and Gloucester's 0-0, Truro 1, Oxford City 0, Wilstone got an equaliser 1-1 at home to St Albans, Welling 1, Torquay 0, and Woking 1, Western Supermare 0. Charles Sierro, I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right there, Charles. Charles is listening from Portugal. One of you lot has got to put me in a bag and take me away, and we'll just do the commentary by guessing. So I think that's how we're going to do it from now on. Okay, your half-time quiz then this afternoon, because I know that's what you're all waiting for. Let me tell you, we've got 4 questions for you. And we were going to have an easy one, which was how much was the dart charge. But that was really easy, being as people come from Dartford would know how much it is. Right, so this is your first question of 4. What is the highest score you can score with 3 darts, but not in the same bed? So you can't have 3 triple 20s. I want to know what the next highest score is with 3 darts not in the same bed. Okay. What year was the Darts World Match Play held at the Fulcrum Centre in Slough? What year was the World Darts World Match Play tournament held at the Fulcrum in Slough? If you want a clue, it was also the place where the first televised 9-darter by John Lowe was had. So if you know your darts, you'll know that one. Which dart player has the nickname the Flying Scotsman? That's question 3. Which darts player has the nickname of the Flying Scotsman? And question 4, you should all know this one. What year did the Queen open the Queen Elizabeth II bridge, which goes over the Dartford water thing, whatever it's called? The Dartford crossing, but it's got the big thing, not the tunnel, the bridge that goes over the water. That's called the QE2 bridge. Just tell me what year the Queen opened it. That's all we want. So that's your half-time quiz. We'll give you the answers, if I can remember, slightly before half-time, because the way it's been going recently, you'll most never get the answers, and you'll be forever wondering just what year did the Queen open the QE2 bridge. Have you got nothing to do at half-time?
Music's on.
Is it? Yeah. We've got a bit of Billy Idol. No. So there you go. So if you do want to get in contact with us, if you want to answer the quiz question, then you can do that, and you can come through to us on Twitter or on the YouTube chat thing. You got to bend forwards and have a look. You can't just sit there like that. Christopher just warming up here as he's come on for Ben Harris, who let's hope that injury to Ben Harris isn't as bad as it first looked. He did turn down the offer of a stretcher to be helped off, so I'm sure that Ben will be in the bar afterwards, unless he has to need some treatment of some kind. So yes, so Arbour Park, the bar. Oh my God, the bar! I've never seen. Look how big, busy that bar is. Absolutely chocker. There are, of course, FA Cup games on this afternoon, and if you are coming to a Slough game, may we please, if you say, for instance, you want to sponsor a game, we now have this fantastic scoreboard. We've had it since this year. Was it this year? We've had it since. We've had it properly this year. Did it not work last year? Did we not have it last year? No. Okay. So it's August last year, not obviously August this year, because August this year hasn't happened. August 2018. It's taken us this long to figure out how to put your match sponsor's name or your mascot's name on the board. So if you are, say you've got your husband or your wife or your daughter or son, and you've got an event coming up and you want to sponsor a game or maybe make them a mascot, I do believe there is no age limit on being a mascot. So if you are 65 and coming up, you want your 65th birthday, you can be a mascot here at Slough. We will have your name up on a scoreboard for several hundred people to have a look at, hopefully. We'll just put that little bit in there. Half-time scores in the FA Cup. It finished Brighton 2, Derby 1, and it's AFC Wimbledon 0, Millwall 1, with the evening kick-off, Newport County versus Manchester City. And if you do want to catch that, it will be on in the bar afterwards. So you guys on holiday, if you do want to catch the Newport Man City game, come down to Slough. We'll have it on at 5 o'clock. I'm sure you can all get back from your lovely holidays in time for that. Just a reminder for you then, up and coming games for the Rebels. Next Saturday, Slough will be away to Bath City. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff. If you do want to catch the supporters coach, I'm not sure exactly how much it is, but I know it leaves St Joseph's School at 11:45. Then after that, next game for Slough will be the 2nd of March, where Slough will be at home to Hemel Hempstead Town. The Berks and Bucks Cup draw was made, the semi-final draw. Marlow are at home to Slough. That game hasn't got a date as of yet. And the other semi-final will be Maidenhead at home to Reading under 23s, I do believe it is. So there you go. There you go. Henry Clark is listening in. He's got 2 of the answers right. He knows who the Flying Scotsman is, and he knows what the year is. Henry, if you want to go for all 4, what year did Slough host the World Match Play Darts, and what's the highest score with 3 individual darts on a dartboard? Obviously on a dartboard, because that would be silly. That's why we're doing darts. Yes, so there you go. That's what you need to know. A couple of things for you. On March the 8th, Slough will be hosting an England Schoolboys International for the Schoolboys Shield, and they will be hosting a Wales schoolboy team. So that is Friday. You've broken the scoreboard. I was going to put some highlights on now. What we watch? I can't see that. Oh, you got highlights of this first half?
No, reverse fixture.
The reverse fixture. We've stolen Dartford's video recorder, and we're playing the highlights of Dartford versus Slough from earlier this season. What was we saying? I don't know. The England International, yes. Friday the 8th of March. I believe it's a 7 o'clock kickoff here at Arbour Park. So if you do fancy coming down to that, you can buy tickets here at Arbour Park, or you would need to buy them at the moment online. And I'm sure that if you look up for the England FA Schoolboys, it will come through to you there. Please be aware that Slough Town Supporters Trust have a sponsored walk at the... I know they do it the last game of the season, but the last game of the season is Truro, and there's no one stupid enough to walk that far. So what they're going to do is they're going to walk from Arbour Park to Woking's Kingfield Stadium, or the Laithwaite Stadium, as we should give it its proper title, but we don't like sponsorship deals here. So it is the Kingfield Stadium. That is going to happen on the 23rd of March. Now, you can, if you want to, sponsor one of the walkers, or if you're feeling rather generous or you want a bit of bit of exercise on that day, you could join the walkers and raise money as well. The money raised will be split between 2 sources. It will be split between the Supporters Trust and their chosen charity this year, which is the Slough Pit Stop charity, which helps underprivileged and children with people with learning with difficulties, gets them into jobs and tries to teach them a trade. So that is the chosen charity for this this year's sponsored walk. And I can just see John Underwood chatting to Tommy Wood, the on loan AFC Wimbledon forwards. Baby Boy has got the year right of the Fulcrum darts thing. I actually went to that tournament. That's why I know that one. And Henry has no idea of the Slough question, but he's got the Dartford ones right. So and the darts. So well done to Henry, and I'll give you those full answers. Oh, someone's just been called to the players' tunnel. Not sure who it was. I'm just wondering if it is due to the injury to Ben Harris. We're going to see if we can. We're going to try and grab someone to see if we can find an update on Ben's injury. But as the moment, just some of the Slough players are out, and it's just got some things going on. We're all right here. We're fine, but there's a couple of issues in the boardroom with the telly not working, so they can't watch Neighbours. It's terrible, but there you go. So we are waiting for the start of the second half here at Arbour Park. I can tell you some of the stats for you from the first half. Slough had 8 shots in total to the 5 of Dartford. Slough won 5 corners. Dartford haven't had a corner yet in the game, and Slough committed 4 fouls. Dartford have committed 7, but that does include offsides. Dartford have 2 yellow cards, 1 to Roberts and 1 to Johnson, and Slough have had 1 to Lee Togwell, who we're just getting some details here. I'm trying to just grab someone to find out what's going on with Ben Harris, but we're still waiting. Do we know where? Do we know how Ben is or not? Do we know? No.
Sorting out a technical issue in the board.
And we're just waiting for the two sides to come out for the start of this second half here, and there's a good crowd here this afternoon. Dartford have done well to bring a few along. They've got their players and fans came on the same bus, on the double-decker bus. So I bet that was fun going over the QE2 bridge. Shall I tell you what year it was open? I shouldn't know. Can't give you the answers just yet. So you've got some Slough players. It does look like Slough are going to make a substitution at half-time as well. And I'm not sure who it is, but looks like Tommy Wood on loan from AFC Wimbledon is about to be the player to be introduced. The Slough players are just doing a little bit of warm-up here as they come out for the second half. And we're just keeping an eye on who's coming out just to see what the change might be for the Rebels. But it does look like Slough will be doing a substitution for the second half. And wow, that is crazy, but it looks as though Slough will be bringing on Tommy Wood for Chris Flood, who was himself a substitute. So we've got to just wait for that to be confirmed, but it looks as though Chris Flood, in the 4 minutes that he was on, has injured himself. So Slough are forced into a second substitute already. While we're waiting for everyone to come out, let's give you the answers to our quiz questions. The highest score you can get with 3 darts not in the same bed is 171. The year of the darts match play held in Slough was 1984. The Flying Scotsman is Gary Anderson, and the QE2 bridge was opened in 1991. We are just waiting for a linesman to come across to have a look for Slough, but it is a substitution, and Chris Flood is being replaced. He's only been on the pitch 4 minutes. He is coming off, replaced by Tommy Wood. So it looks as though Flood got injured in 4 minutes of play. So Slough have forced into a second substitution. So I'll quickly run through those starting lineups for you. Starting with Dartford, it's Vos in goal, 4 Winter, 5 Vint, 6 Bonner, 7 Greenor, 8 Noble, 12 McQueen, 15 Roberts, 16 Bradbook, 17 Hayes, 19 Johnson for the Rebels. As we're waiting for the kickoff, it's Turner 1, Fraser 2, Wells 3, Sam Togwell 4, Nisbet 5, Lee Togwell 6, Lench 7, Clifford 8, 10 Williams, 11 Warren Harris, 18 is Tommy Wood. It's going to be Dartford with a kickoff, Slough shooting from left to right for this second half. All eyes are on the referee, just making sure something's going on in the Slough dugout. And it's all on the kickoff here, and we do have kickoff for this second half. And Dartford play the ball forwards here, immediately aim towards Roberts, headed away by Fraser. Bradbook's there to volley the ball back in there. Roberts tries to keep the ball in, does well. Someone's walked in front of me down the stairs, I can't see, but the ball's here with Greenor, crosses in first time. It's missed by everyone. That's a great ball in there by Johnson. Ball's still alive, and in fact the shot came in from Hayes on the far hand side. It's saved by Jack Turner. I thought the ball maybe had gone out, but the cross had come in. It missed the 2 Dartford players in the box, and Hayes kept the ball alive on the byline as it curved away and took a shot to the low post, saved with the feet of Jack Turner. So it's a corner on the far hand side, your first corner of the game for Dartford. And Greenor is the player that takes it on the far hand side. It's going to be an in-swinging corner, played in, headed away by Slough to the edge of the box for Noble, saved by Sean Fraser, kicks it off the line. Ball back in by Greenor, headed over the top of the bar by Roberts, and it was almost a free header there for the dangerous front man for Dartford, but he just couldn't direct it. He was aiming for the corner, just hit it over the top of the bar. So it's a goal kick here to the Rebels. Afternoon, Matt. Sorry, Tom. Quick ball played out here, missed by everyone for Slough. It comes out here towards Bonner, who's volleyed. Clearance is headed away by Sam Togwell. Warren Harris tries to keep it in, he can't. I'd love a soup, but not one with vegetables. I can't do vegetables. They've got potato and leek. I don't want that. Give us a decent soup. And the ball cleared here by Bonner, headed on by Lee Togwell. Randy Williams tries to get there. Bonner gets a second chance to volley the clearance away. Nisbet heads it on, but it'll only fall as far as Noble. Noble inside here towards Hayes. Hayes looking for McQueen. McQueen just stretches to get to the ball, but finds Winter on the far hand side, 10 yards inside his own half. Plays the ball forwards, looking for Roberts, headed away by Sam Togwell. Bradbook's first to the ball here for Dartford and finds Hayes. Hayes crosses first time with a bit of power, but too close to Jack Turner in the Slough goal, and Turner urged to try and get Slough on the attack here. And Johnson heads that. He mostly doesn't need to head that, actually. Heads it out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And a throw right by the home dugouts here if you've ever been to Arbour Park. And the ball played in here towards Lee Togwell. Jules Wells has to stretch. And Wells keeps hold of the ball, finding Lench. Lench inside here towards Sean Fraser, finding Warren Harris. Harris down this near hand side, cuts inside. I can't see now because people are in the way. And the ball comes through, a little 1-2 by Slough, trying to find Warren Harris, but they can't find it. You're having a great conversation on the thing. Tequila wants to show, are we shooting towards the town end? Sorry, yes. Left to right in my commentary position means we are shooting towards the St Joseph's School or town end, whichever you like to call that. Good evening to Will Rees and Tequila. Sure, nice to have you back, Tequila. As this long kick by Vos phones George Wells inside his own half. Plays the ball forwards looking for Wood. Wood beaten to the ball by Vint over the head of Hayes and out for a throw to Slough. Slough yet to get into this second half here. They played the ball over the top here. Intercepted by Vint, who cushions his pass into the path of Noble. Noble, first time ball looking for McQueen, but too close to Jack Turner, who just picks it up and rolls it back out here towards Mark Nisbet. And I've got soup. Oh, what the... Yeah, I know it's got green. I'm going to stir it. Ball down this near-hand side, though, for Warren Harris to chase. Crosses near post. It's volleyed away by Bonner, the captain. Only as far as Sean Fraser. Fraser, he nutmegs Noble. Plays it back in. Intercepted by Johnson. But his clearance only comes as far as Lynch inside here towards Clifford. Clifford bringing the ball forwards, runs across towards Lee Togwell, just stirring the soup that we've got here. Back into towards Clifford. Lick the pen. Ball here with Lynch, turning well, finding Sean Fraser, crossing hard and low. Headed away though by Bonner, and out for a throw to the Rebels. Oh, thanks to Gary and Martin for getting me a soup. Fraser takes the throw quickly in towards Wood. Wood holds it up on the tram line of the 18-yard box, just overruns it. That allows Greener the chance to come in and clear. His clearance comes over the head. Lee Togwell's first to the ball for Slough. McQueen gets there. It's a Slough ball, surely it is. And Slough have a throw, which taken quickly by Sam Togwell, finding George Wells inside the centre circle, chipping the ball forwards, getting that ball over the top. Johnson again heads it, doesn't need to. Warren Harris down his near hand side. Volleys it, comes across. Oh, and Vint almost puts it in his own net. He's looking mightily relieved. You can't have that as a shot. Vint was running, he's inside the 6-yard line. Wood was coming in at the far post. Vint with the touch. Have you put the corner in? Put the corner. So it's corner number 6 for the Rebels. Oh, wow, that soup's hot. It's outswinging corner here that George Wells will take for Slough. And he hits this in with a bit of pace, near post, headed away by Bradford, volleyed away by Noble. Not the best of clearances. It's headed away by Greenor, and it'll be a throw to Slough halfway inside the Dartford half. Quick throw inside here towards Clifford. Clifford trying to cross on the far hand side, looking for Wood. Wood's having his shirt pulled. He gets a flicked on header, finding Manny Williams down the right hand side. Back in here towards Sam Togwell, hitting hard and low. Oh, and Warren Harris almost played it through there. Bradbuck with the first clearance. Sam Togwell's there for Slough, in towards George Wells. Wells going to try and hit it in again, trying to play it in, headed away by Bonner. Lee Togwell's there for, gets fouled by McQueen, and Slough take the free kick quickly here with Fraser finding Lynch. Lynch down this near hand side towards Williams. Williams ball inside, well read by Noble, who clears. And the ball comes out here towards Jack Turner, and he puts that on the roof of the stand. Did it bounce on? No, it's going to bounce all the way down the back there. So we need another ball. And it's a throw here for Dartford. Johnson being urged to come forwards here. And the tall Johnson, left back, wearing 19, comes into the Slough half to take this throw. Aimed again towards McQueen, headed away by Fraser. And it's collected by Jack Turner from the Slough goal. He looks to try and get Slough on the attack here, trying to find Williams. Williams, it comes off the head of Vinter, and Wood will try and keep the ball in on the far hand side. Up against Vinter, it hits Vinter's toe, goes out of play for a throw to the Rebels down that far hand side, roughly 25 yards away from the Slough goal. Quickly taken in towards Clifford. Clifford turning goalwards, coming across the 18-yard line. Noble trying to get to him. Clifford still running with the ball, just overruns it, but kicks it out here towards Lee Togwell. Good play there by Clifford on his debut. Lee Togwell back here towards Sam Togwell, finding Mark Nisbet. Nisbet now with the ball inside towards Lynch. Lynch trying to create a bit of space here, just being held off here by Hayes, finding Lee Togwell. Togwell in towards Clifford. Clifford, little ball, finding Manny Williams. Williams got a bit of space here towards Warren Harris down this right hand side. Harris up against Johnson. Johnson holding him up. Back here towards Fraser. Fraser inside towards Clifford. Clifford holding the ball. Little ball inside. Ball back in here towards Warren Harris. He takes a shot. And again, a great defensive block by Bonner. And Bonner's gone down injured here at the moment inside the Dartford penalty area. Looks like he's going to be fine to continue. Just got caught there as Warren Harris played the ball in. He is hobbling big time at the moment, but Slough have a corner which Matt Lynch will take for Slough on this near hand side. So it's an outswinging corner here for the Rebels. Taken short across the box. It's intercepted by Bradbuck. Only comes as far as Clifford. Clifford takes a shot himself, and it forces a really good save from Vos low down at his near post to pull the save off. But Tequila's bedbound with flu. Is it man flu tequila, or is it just a cold? Come on, you can tell us. Be honest with us here. We've got some more goals in other games for you as well. Wealdstone have taken the lead home against St Albans. Fraser just being forced down wide here by McQueen and Welling have taken a 2-goal lead in the second half against Torquay United. So Torquay heading for only their second defeat under Gary Johnson in the league at the moment. We're waiting for a ball to come in for this throw for Dartford. Lower the 18-yard box of Slough. And Johnson to take this throw. And tries to find Roberts. Roberts turns away, but he still turns away from 4 players. Plays it out in the end. Good play there by Roberts finding Vinter. Vinter's got a bit of space here. He's got Hayes on his outside. Hayes plays it in first time, but only as far as Clifford, and Clifford turns away from him, bringing the ball out with him, cuts back inside, and then plays it here towards Lynch. Lynch takes a little cushion ball in towards Lee Togwell. Togwell runs past Noble. Oh, lovely little ball for George Wells on the overlap for Slough. Wells coming down that far hand side. Crosses in first time towards Wood. Wood trying to turn. Hooked away by Binter. Comes out towards Lynch. Lynch, little cushion header. Then it's hooked clear by Brad Book again. Great defensive play there by Dartford. Here's with McQueen. McQueen's got Hayes down the right-hand side. So I couldn't tell my right from the left. Well blocked though by Mark Nisbet, who then volleys the ball across and gives the ball away here towards Greenhouse. Scorer of the equaliser for Dartford. Just runs into Matt Lynch, and the referee says no foul. Ball back here with Slough with Clifford by that centre circle. Trying to chip it over the top of Vinter, finding Williams, but it's got too much. And it's taken by the goalkeeper, Vose. 10 minutes gone in this second half. Still 1-1. As Vose just drops the ball on his 18-yard line, plays the long ball down. Sam Togwell with a header away. Lee Togwell will just cushion his header towards Wells. Wells first time clearance, looking for Warren Harris. Johnson though equal to it, volleys his ball clue, and Clifford is adjudged to have fouled Noble there. And while Noble's on the floor, Dartford have taken the free kick quickly. Ball played into the box. Over the head, it'll come through to Greeno on the far inside. He takes a great shot, it's a good save, but McQueen gets the ball in the back of the net for Dartford. And they take the lead here in the second half. The goal will come on 56 minutes. It's a debut goal for Darren McQueen. Slough took... I think Slough are just saying to the referee that they took the free kick too quickly. Dartford took the free kick quickly while Noble was down injured. The ball came across to Greenhouse, scorer of the first goal. He hit a great shot, full length save by Jack Turner. Really good save. But unfortunately he was at full stretch and the ball just went up in the air. And from about 4 yards out, McQueen pokes the ball into an empty net despite the efforts of the Slough defence to clear. It's Slough 1, Dartford 2. And Slough again conceding in these first 15 minutes of the second half. That is seventh goal they've conceded. Actually, the 8th goal they conceded in the first 11 minutes of the second half in 2019 alone. And they've gone on to lose every game that they've conceded those early goals. Quick throw here by Sean Fraser finding Matt Lynch. Lynch inside towards Manny Williams. Williams trying to turn past Winter. Plays the ball in towards Clifford. Clifford cuts inside here for Slough. Needs a bit of help. Comes from Manny Williams. Williams on the edge of the box inside towards Clifford. Clifford shoots. It's well saved by Vose. And it was low down, just not in the corner. And it's well taken by the Dartford goalkeeper, who then rolls the ball out on the far hand side to Hayes, who'd come deep. Nisbet with the header away. And Craig Edwards says he's ill too, but Craig, we don't care. And Clifford just loses the ball. The referee says that's a foul. And I think Tequila, you jinxed it by saying 3 points would be perfect medicine. I'm blaming you, Tequila. Ball played in here towards Warren Harris. Inside towards Fraser. Fraser trying to turn. Back out here from Lynch towards Fraser. Down here towards Warren Harris, down the left-hand side. Warren Harris skipping past the challenge of Roberts. Plays it in towards Fraser. Fraser! Sean Fraser with an equaliser! He's played 301 games. That is goal number 5. My word, I never thought I'd hear that again. That is his first goal for Slough since he scored number 6 against Gainsborough in the FA Cup, November 17. Sean Fraser with the goal on 59 minutes. It's 2-2 here at Arbour Park. And I know that there will be a very, very proud Lorna Fraser at home. And there will be an equally proud Neil Fraser. His mum and dad, his dad's here today, with that presentation for 300 appearances. What a way to cap that thing with his 5th goal in his Slough career. And a great goal it was from around about 8 yards out, just across the goalkeeper in the bottom corner. Dartford have kicked off here. Ball's here with Noble. Inside here, played in towards Bradbury. Plays a little ball out here for Vinter, the right back, to come down the field. Back inside here towards Hayes. Hayes finds Noble. Noble trying to find McQueen. And I'm not sure if Nisbet got a shout there, but he left that ball. It went through his legs to Turner in the Slough goal. And Ben Harris is sat on the Slough dugout, so not that bad a injury. Ball played forwards here. Greenhouse gets a Slough Town sandwich. The referee says no foul. And the ball's here with Clifford. Clifford finding Lench. Lench inside, holding the ball up here against Bradbury. Under pressure. Back here towards Mark Nisbet. Nisbet in towards Clifford. Clifford finding a bit of space. Trying to turn and run past Noble. Does so. Just having his shirt pulled. Plays the ball out here towards Warren Harris down this near hand side. Harris crosses first time. It's a great cross, but it's well taken by Vos with 2 Slough players coming at the far hand side. And Vos rolls it out here for Hayes, but he can't keep the ball in. And we'll have some soup while we wait for the ball to come back. You'll just see Matty Lynch's dad coming up the stairs to sit next to his partner. And Slough have the throw here, taken quickly towards Sean Fraser. Fraser being urged to bring it in, plays it in towards Clifford, just gets to the ball before Noble. Clifford trying to find Manny Williams. It's left by both, and Vinter shields the ball back towards the goalkeeper Vos, who clears it first time, but that will be an easy header for Sam Togwell. It is. Underneath it is Bradbury, who heads it, and Clifford gets caught in the face there, but he gets back up. Ball's here with Matt Lynch for Slough. Inside towards Lee Togwell. Plays it here for Sean Fraser. Finding Warren Harris down this right-hand side. Harris causing Johnson all sorts of problems. Back here with Sean Fraser. Oh, he just plays a 1-2 with Bradbury. But Bradbury's on the opposite team. But Slough got the ball back here with Sam Togwell. In here towards Fraser. They're giving it to Fraser. I think they want him to get a hat-trick. Ball's here with Lynch. Back outside towards Fraser. Fraser to Sam Togwell. Slough just trying to keep the ball a little bit here. And it's here with Jack Turner, the Slough goalkeeper, all dressed in white this afternoon. Ball played in towards Manny Williams. Skips past the challenge, finding Lee Togwell. Oh, Togwell just turns it the wrong way round. Here with Sean Fraser, seeing a lot of the ball now. Here towards Warren Harris. Harris down his right-hand side. Cuts back inside of Greenhoff, finding Fraser. Fraser just needs a bit of help inside towards Clifford. Clifford, oh, lovely little nutmeg on Johnson. Gets the ball back here from Warren Harris. Down this right-hand side is Clifford. Oh, skips past Johnson again. Crosses in hard and low. It's well cleared, and it was Vint with the clearance and played it out towards Noble, but his clearance is all the way down the field. Good afternoon to Nicola Bryant, who's listening in. Whose dad is one of our volunteers here. Ball played out here on the far-hand side towards Warren Harris. Hits it in first time with pace, and Bonner this time forces the clearance out for a throw to Slough, right by the corner flag. And it'll be Fraser to take the throw, finding Lynch. Lynch back in towards Fraser. Fraser, lovely little ball, finding Clifford. Clifford finding a bit of space here. Gets into the box, still going with the ball. Running through, shoots, it's blocked, comes back out to him. Trying to find a little bit of space. Inside towards Warren Harris. What a great block that is by the 2 centre defenders for Dartford. Both Vint and Bonner with that shot as Warren Harris tried to shoot from around about 4 yards out. Top quality defending by the 2 centre-backs there. And boy, have they needed to defend these last few minutes. But it's 2-2 here at Arbour Park. 63 minutes of the game gone. Long ball played forwards. Nisbet with the header away, only as far as Greenall. Greenall comes down on the near-hand side. Chips it high into the air, looking for Roberts. Roberts takes it on his 5. Back towards Greenall. Greenall trying to come round and keeps... Oh, he gets to the ball, but... it just bounces up and hits him on the shin and goes out of play for a throw to Slough right by their own corner flag. I was reading the scores and thought, oh, that's 2-2, and then realised it was us. You can see the first substitution of the game for Dartford. Coming off is on is number 14, who's Billy Crook, and coming off is number 17. Ryan Hayes. So a substitution there for Dartford. Ryan Hayes off, Billy Crook on. Number 17, Ryan Hayes, coming on. Number 14, So that's first substitution for Dartford this afternoon. And it'll be a throw to Slough deep inside their own half. Sean Fraser with it. Takes it short here towards Simon Togwell, who volleys the ball clear down the field. Looking for Manny Williams. Williams gets there first. He left it for Wood. Wood just runs it into his thing. Stretches and finds Warren Harris. He's offside. It did make a difference because it was a really good save by Vos in the end anyway. But Warren Harris was just a fraction offside as he ran through. And he had a shot at goal, but Vos saved it anyway. Vos didn't realise at the time it was offside, but it was a good save by the goalkeeper. And the fact is, it's now for nothing because it's offside. And he's had to go and get the ball himself from the corner flag as well. So they've made him run across and get the ball as well. 2-2 here at Arbour Park. The first game finished 1-1 between the two sides. And Slough have never, ever beaten Dartford. And if it carries on like this, it should be a very entertaining second half here at Arbour Park. Long kick here by Vos from that free kick. Sam Togwell again heads it away, only as far as Crook's first touch of the ball. Bradbuck overruns it, but does well. A little play in there, and a challenge by Clifford comes in on Greenhoff. Ball back here though with Roberts. Roberts just treads on the ball, and he trod on it, and it hit Warren Harris. Goes out for a Dartford throw, and it's a throw halfway inside the Slough half. And Johnson with the throw inside here towards Green, who heads it on. McQueen does well to keep the ball in and try to turn inside here towards Johnson. Crosses. Clifford comes in with a challenge, and Clifford's adjudged to have fouled as he tried to block the ball. The referee indicating to Johnson that he went to block the ball and accidentally caught the left back. And it's a free kick to Dartford, roughly around about 20 yards away from goal, but they are around about 2 or 3 yards away from the sideline. Chippenham have got an equaliser against 10-man Hungerford. Noble is standing over this free kick here for Dartford, and Vinter and Bonner and Bradbuck in the penalty box here for Dartford. Noble's cross is a good one, headed away though by Sam Togwell. Ball still in the area. It's been hooked clear towards Roberts. Roberts takes a shot, blocked by Matt Lynch on the 6-yard line. Comes out here towards Crook. Crook chased down by Manny Williams. Oh, great play by Manny Williams. It did come off Manny last, so it is a throw. Right, that's it. Soup finished. We're back with a commentary. Throw from Johnson inside. And he gets it back from Roberts. Ball finds its way through to McQueen. McQueen trying to turn on the 18 corner of the edge of the box. It's played through. Wood defending for Slough, and it comes out here towards Lynch. Lynch up towards Manny Williams. Williams having his shirt pulled. Little Manny Williams, and the ball's still bouncing around. Lynch has brought it out. Green over the challenge and comes down this way, and his ball played inside to McQueen. McQueen trying to play it in towards Roberts, and Roberts is adjudged to have handled that. Hit the top of his arm more than like a deliberate handball, but it's a free kick to Slough, taken quickly, finding George Wells on the left-hand side. Runs into Noble, and Noble brings the ball here for Dartford. Back inside here, finding Crook. Crook taking too much time on the ball, but gets it towards Bradbuck. Bradbuck inside towards Noble. Noble looks like he's gone on the far-hand side. This time Wells robs him of it. Plays the ball out here towards Manny Williams. Williams is in onside position, sorry. He's got Warren Harris on the overlap. Warren Harris gets into the box, trying to turn it past Johnson. Johnson gets a touch to it and blocks it and out for a throw to Slough. Oh, look at you tidying up. You wait till your missus is what you're doing. Throw quickly taken in here towards Lee Togwell from Sean Fraser. Fraser gets it back inside towards Lynch. Lynch being hounded by Noble. Back out here towards Fraser. Fraser chips out towards Nisbet. Oh, Nisbet doesn't get the best of touches, and it means that George Wells has to chase back to get to the ball, and does so for Slough, and plays it back here towards Jack Turner. Turner with the ball forwards for Slough. Again aimed at Warren Harris. Johnson with the header away and out for a throw to the Rebels. And Clifford takes it short here towards Matt Lynch. Lynch then crosses to George Wells. Wells has got acres of space. There's no one on that right midfield position. Wells crosses first time. Wood tries to go for it. Wood's offside. And I don't know why the linesman flagged offside, because there was no one near the ball. But it's a free kick to Dartford. And we're into just 20 minutes left, plus whatever the referee will add on here at Arbour Park. 2-2 score. And it's a free kick here that Vos will take for Dartford. The goalkeeper just a few yards inside his 18-yard line. Aims here towards Greenall, straight out of play. And it'll be a throw to Slough, right by the way dugout. Hit the assistant manager of Dartford. And it's played out here on the far-hand side. Inside here towards Wells. Wells going cross-field looking for Warren Harris. Defended by Johnson, only as far as Lynch. Lynch takes a shot, blocked again, apologies by Bono, who is having an inspired game as Dartford captain. Quick throw here by Warren Harris in towards Sean Fraser. Fraser in towards Clifford. Clifford trying to turn and find some room. Gets a little flick, headed on by Lee Togwell trying to find Fraser. Johnson heads it away, then headed on by Greenall, only as far as Lee Togwell. Finding Sam Togwell. Sam Togwell goes long down that near hand side, again trying to aim for Johnson. Johnson with the head away finds Greenall under pressure. And it comes off Greenall last for a Slough throw. And he tries to stop Slough taking it short. Clifford takes it quickly, finding Lee Togwell. Togwell back inside here towards Lynch. In towards Wood. Wood trying to hold the ball up here. Does well. Finds Lee Togwell. Togwell then spreads it to the left-hand side. George Wells in acres of space. Wells trying to go past Vinter. Vinter standing up alongside him. Little ball down inside for Williams. Williams just got a little push there from Vinter. And Vint gets the last touch out for a throw to Slough. Wells takes it quickly, finding Mark Nisbet. Nisbet inside towards Clifford. Clifford trying to play it back out here towards Wells. Halfway inside the Dartford half. Down towards Williams. Williams trying to hold the ball up here and tries to play it in. It comes off Vinter. Vinter keeps the ball in play. But Lee Togwell's there. And I think that Noble was trying to get his own back for that tackle in the first half there. Oh, and he's just gone in there. And he should really get a yellow card there for Noble. The first challenge was on Lee Togwell, who's the player that fouled him in the first half. I fully understand that. And then he just turned his back on George Wells and ran into him. And it's a free kick to Slough on the far hand side. So it's only about 6 or 7 yards inside the Slough half. And it'll be George Wells to take this free kick for Slough. And plays it in to the box. Aimed for Wood. Comes off the head of Nisbet towards Warren Harris. Keeps the ball in. Volleys it back across the goal. Manny Williams with the header, but it's well claimed by Vos. Just underneath his crossbar there. And I've got cramp in my left hamstring, which isn't good, because the only person sitting next to me isn't going to rub it. Vinter with the ball back here towards Vos. And Vos, the goalkeeper, just has it on his 18-yard line, plays it out here, looking for Greenall up against Fraser. Sam Togwell with a really silly foul there by the Slough captain. He just put his hand in the back of McQueen. And a free kick here to Dartford. It's on the corner of the box, but a couple of yards away towards the sideline. So just a couple of yards away from the corner of that 18-yard box. Roberts and Greenall are the two players over it. And it looks as though it's going to be Greenall that comes across. Noble actually comes across now to take charge. So it looks as though Noble will be the player to take this free kick. And it's a two-man wall here for the Rebels. Noble standing over this free kick here. Again, Vint and Bonner up front here for Dartford. Played into the box, too close to the goalkeeper. Well taken by Jack Turner, who's wanting to try and get Slough on the attack quick. But McQueen standing in his way. But he gets a kick down the field. Johnson again, the player under pressure. Does well, though, to head it out towards Vint, who'd come back. And played in towards Vinter. Down the line here for McQueen to chase. George Wells is there first for Slough. Plays it back towards Turner. And then Turner just plays it out here towards Wells. McQueen chases it down well, but unfortunately can't get a long ball over the top here for Wood to chase up against Vint. Wood gets there first. Does really well. Vint tries to get his body in the way. Wood goes in on the far hand side. It comes off Wood last. I thought it came off Wood last, but he's giving it as a throw to Slough. I can't believe how many people sit in the bar to watch the football. Why would you do that? Yeah, I know you can see another point, but you don't get the atmosphere. Ball's here with Clifford. Being forced wide here by Dartford. Keeps coming back here and then chipping it out on the far hand side, looking for Williams. Johnson again with the header, flicked on by Greenall. Fraser with the header away. Lee Togwell flicks it back on. Vint goes back towards his goalkeeper and just gets enough on it for Vos to come and collect. And the Dartford goalkeeper, Bailey Vos, just walking across his 18-yard box to come and get a better angle on this goal kick. Aimed high again towards Roberts. Won by Sam Togwell. Manny Williams tries, comes off the arm of Johnson. It'll be a throw to Slough. And it's a throw here for Sean Fraser to take in towards Sam Togwell. Back here towards Mark Nisbet. Nisbet across to Wells. Slough inside their own half here, but Wells skips past the challenge of Noble. Noble push him in the back. Crook comes along as well, but Wells still got the ball on the far hand side. He's robbed in the end by Vinter. Vinter's ball inside to Bradford. Bradford just skips it up in the air. And Nisbet, little cushion header. Lee Togwell filling in at left back, comes across. Black Boot House wants to know if there's any vegetables in the soup. If you put vegetables in the soup, Black Boot, then you're mad. That's called a stew, not a soup. A couple of you saying that sounds like a good game. It is a very good game here at Arbour Park. And thanks to the Darts, who says great commentary. I don't know what you're watching or listening to, but thanks anyway, because it can't be us. Ball's here with Sean Fraser. Inside towards Matt Lentz. Slough on the halfway line. Chipping it across towards George Wells. Wells got a bit of space. Angles a hard volley in, but it's blocked by Crook, and Crook finds Noble. Back in towards Crook. Chips a ball out. Takes a touch off Lentz towards Sean Fraser. Takes it away from Roberts. Inside towards Lentz. Lentz trying to orchestrate, finding Manny Williams. Williams got a bit of space here to run with the ball. Cuts it back inside towards Clifford, edge of the box. Clifford still running. Challenge comes through, but Clifford wins the ball back for Slough. Finding Fraser. Fraser finding Warren Harris down this near hand side. Fraser on the overlap, but the ball's here with Lynch. Fraser's in the box. He wants another goal. Ball played in for Woods. Headed over the top of the bar from around about 10 yards out there by Woods, but he ghosted in at the back post there, but just couldn't angle his header. But the cross from Lynch came in. And it's a goal kick here for Dartford as we're into. The clock's just gone off. We've got around about 13 and a half minutes of normal time with the second half to go. And Vos with this long kick down the field. Again aims towards Roberts. Comes off the head of Nisbet into the path of George Wells. Wells goes long down the field. Vint up against Wood. Vint headers it back towards his goalkeeper. Good defending again by these very two impressive centre-backs for Dartford. Ball rolled out here towards Bonner. Bonner finding Johnson. Johnson is the player. The ball comes in. Great sliding challenge by Fraser on Greenall. Wins the ball but can't keep it in play. And a throw to Dartford. And Johnson plays the ball down the field. It's smashed clear by Sam Togwell. Onto the balcony. So that's lost. That'll be another lost ball. I think these. I don't think the players get fined for lost balls, but I think they should do. There's no way a ball boy's climbing on that roof to get that one. It's a throw here for Johnson to take for Dartford. Level the 18-yard box of Slough. Flicked on by Crook. Lynch is there first for Slough and finds George Wells across his 18-yard box. In towards Williams. Williams takes a touch but can't control it. Bradbook's there first for Dartford, and the ball played by Bonner into the path of Noble. Noble down the field here for... he's got to take it on his hands, and that's got to be a yellow card. Roberts gets the ball. It comes through. He takes it on his arm. He's got his arm out. It's a free kick to Slough. But how is it not a yellow card for deliberate handball? There you go. Strange referee in. Ball played out here by Jack Turner looking for Warren Harris. Johnson with the header. Helped on by Greenall. Fraser's header finds Clifford. Clifford finding a lot of space on his debut. Ball's here with Woods. Wood trying to chip it in for Manny Williams. It's over his head. Williams will try and keep it in on the far hand side and does really well to do it. Plays it off Vinter for a throw to Slough. And Billy Clifford on his debut, having a good game so far this afternoon. Is the guy on loan from Billericay. Gets the first to the ball here again. Finding Lynch. Lynch under pressure though has to go back towards Nisbet. Back here towards Clifford. Clifford up against Noble. Clifford having his shirt pulled, and the referee does say it's a foul. A little bit late for the whistle there from the referee. And Nisbet kicked the ball back for the free kick. Didn't realise that Noble was standing there and accidentally kicked him. And It's a free kick to Slough, though. Yeah, 35 yards away from goal, right on the sideline, which Wells takes into the box. It's off the head of Bonner. It comes to the far side where it's Warren Harris. Crosses in first time. It's hard and low. Bonner with the clearance high up in the air. Underneath it is the man bun himself, the Lynch. Inside. Oh, nicks the ball inside. Little ball inside from Warren Harris towards Wood. Wood's ball, though, he gives it away to McQueen. McQueen under pressure from Clifford, and Clifford's hand up. He's going to get a yellow card on his debut for that challenge. In fact, I've got a funny feeling he's not. He's actually going to put George Wells for the yellow card. A Slough player has got a yellow card. It looks as though it's George Wells who gets that one on 80 minutes. 2 yellow cards to each team this afternoon. 2 goals to each team. And it's a free kick here for Dartford that Noble will take. Noble, the furthest player back here. And Vint has gone forwards for this one. There's quite a high line here by the Slough back four, but Noble to take it. Aim towards Vint, comes off the head of Roberts. It's Sean Fraser clears it high into the greying skies, flitted away by Lee Togwell, volleyed clear even higher by Sam Togwell. And Bonner gets his head to it. That must have hurt. Lee Togwell rises high. Nisbet with the header away. Clifford first there. Bradbuck wins the header and it finds Crook. Crook now finding Noble. Noble now on the right hand side. Keeps the ball in. Having to scurry to keep that in. Inside here towards Crook. Crook back towards Noble. Down the field, and George Wells intercepts, but he can't control the ball enough to clear it down the line. And it's a throw to Dartford. Looking for McQueen. McQueen, look a pish on Wells. Ball played in here towards Crook. Crook still going. Great save on the line. And it's blocked on the line right Slough. Then Hook looks clear. How did Dartford not score there? Ball still, though, around with Bradbuck, who shoots. And it's a save by Jack Turner. First of all, the save from Jack Turner was brilliant. And then I don't know who it was on the line, but it was either Sean Fraser or Matt Lynch who blocked a shot from Roberts, who had the goal gaping in front of him. And it wasn't that he missed it badly. It's just that 2 Slough players threw their bodies in front of that one, and somehow it's still 2-2. Wood trying to go for the ball with Bonner. It's headed on by Clifford, only as far as Noble. Noble hits it straight over there in the air for Roberts to chase, under by Sam Togwell. Comes through to McQueen. McQueen trying to create a bit of space. Trying to skip broadcast a couple of challenges. Still has the ball at his feet. Then overruns it, and it's Lynch with the clearance for Slough. Over the top here for Wood to chase. Wood gets scored by Think, and that's going to be a yellow card for Bonner. And it curse a yellow card. It isn't a red because there was a covering player. But Wood got goal side of Bonner. And Bonner went to try and clear the ball, but clearly caught Wood. It's a free kick to Slough. And it is a yellow card for Bonner, and that is the right decision, despite the protests of the home side. As a substitution, I'm not quite sure what number it is, because he hasn't. 18 on for 12. So 12 is Darren McQueen, who scored on his debut. And coming on is Andre Coker, who was the guy that scored the equaliser for Dartford at home earlier in the season. He will go up front to partner Roberts. And Slough's free kick will be taken by George Wells, roughly 30 plus yards, 35 yards away from goal. He's level with the 18 line tram line of the near hand side, and Wells floats it into the box. It's headed away by Vinter to the edge of the thing, where it's hooked on by Warren Harris, trying to find Manny Williams. Williams trying to get there in front of Vinter. Vinter beaten to the ball by Williams. Williams holding the ball up inside towards Lynch. Lynch tries to get a shot. It's blocked. And Vinter in the end clears for Dartford. It's out for a throw to Slough. George Wells comes to take it inside here towards Clifford. Clifford has the ball inside towards Lynch. Lynch being forced backwards, trying to chip the ball forwards for Manny Williams. Williams trying to turn up against the left back Johnson. Turns past him, being forced wide. Keeps the ball in, and he can't keep it in. Referee, actually the linesman says that Johnson was tugging his shirt, and it's a free kick to the Rebels, which is quite good really, but I'm surprised that that's a foul, to be honest. It's a free kick to Slough. It's almost by the corner flag, but a couple of yards up the pitch. So George Wells will take it, and it's a one-man wall of Ben Greenhull. The ball played into the box. It's headed away superbly by Bradbuck, only as far as Sean Fraser. Fraser takes a touch, crosses the ball into the box. Woods underneath it. It comes through to Williams on the far hand side. He's got Lynch here. He's sold Lynch short, but Lynch gets a lucky deflection. But Noble comes across and then blocks the ball, and it's here now for Coker to chase down the near hand side. Clifford in foot race with him. Clifford staying with him. Lee Togwell comes across. That's a superb challenge by Lee Togwell. Not only does he win the ball, but he keeps the ball in and brings the ball back out 15 or 20 yards. Down the line here for Williams. Williams showing up against Winter again. Williams stronger than the right back here towards Lee Togwell. Togwell then chipping the ball across looking for Warren Harris. Harris gets a touch to it. Wood doesn't gamble, and it's easily picked up here by Bonner into Greeno. Today's attendance 701. Ball here for Roberts to chase, and he doesn't keep it in. I'm not sure if it's gone out for I think it's gone out for a throw to Slough. I think Slough were thinking it maybe gone out for a corner. But we've got 5 minutes plus added time here at Arbour Park. Still 2-2. Throw comes in from Sam Togwell towards Fraser. Fraser plays it back towards Sam Togwell. Back here towards Turner. Turner goes across, finding Nisbet. Nisbet in towards George Wells. Looks like Sal will make a third and final substitution this afternoon. Ball's going to be here with Nisbet. Coker chasing the back four down. And it's back here with Turner, the Slough goalkeeper. Inside here, little ball forwards for Sam Togwell to take in his stride, finding Sean Fraser. Coker's chased the whole back four in towards Wood. Wood takes it on his chest, leaves it for Lynch. Lynch bringing the ball forwards. He's got Wells on his overlap here, finding Wells. Wells with a chance to cross hard and foe. It's a superb header away again by Vint. And Slough will try and let it go out for a corner. And it does go out for a corner. And George Wells will take it. They'll hold off on the substitution for the moment as both Sam Togwell and Mark Nisbet go forwards for this. It'll be an out-swinging corner here. And Slough with an I formation inside. Played into the far-hand side. Sam Togwell can't get there. Warren Harris and Noble battling with the ball. It's Dartford to bring it out, but only as far as Clifford. Clifford chip. Oh, a lovely chip ball finding Wells. Wells has got acres of space on that left-hand side. Needs to put a quality ball in. It's a great cross. Wood with a header. Oh, he just flicked it wide. In fact, it wasn't Wood with a header. It's come off a Dartford player. I thought that was off the head of Wood. And Slough want to take a substitution here. They have a corner. The substitution will be their third and final sub. It's Louis Saws coming on for Manny Williams. So Manny Williams is the player coming off. Saws coming on 87. And Slough will have a corner. Manny Williams just getting a real good applause here today. He's had a good game as Manny Williams, even if he is 126 years old. And it's still a corner here for Slough. It's going to be George Wells to take. And it'll be an in-swinging corner here for Slough. Slough, again, with Sam Togwell and Nisbet. Nisbet being held, having his body held there. The corner comes in deep to the far side, too close to the goalkeeper. And it's an easy take for Vos. And he looks to try and get Dartford on the attack here. Sean Fraser's there with the header away for Slough. Only as far as Noble. Noble's header gives it away towards Saws. Saws finding Wells on this far-hand side. Down the line. Into the poor touch. In towards Saws, though. Saws running at the back four. Finding Warren Harris down his right-hand side. Again. Inside towards Saws. Needs a bit of help. Noble comes across to try and take it off him. Saws is stronger than him. But it's gone out for a goal kick, though. Some good defending by the midfielder Lee Noble. We're in 2 minutes of normal time, plus whatever. Today's man of the match has been given to Sean Fraser in his 301st game for the Rebels. The ball played down by Johnson, hits Warren Harris on the back, goes out of play for a throw on the corner, on the halfway line, sorry. So Sean Fraser, the man of the match. The attendance here is 701. Johnson waiting for the ball to come in before he can even start to take this throw. And he takes it deep. Fraser again first to the ball, and Fraser wins a foul as well for Slough. So a free kick to the Rebels. And we're just waiting for the ball to come down for Slough to take. I think they're going to leave it for Jack Turner to take this free kick for Slough. We're into 1 minute of normal time plus whatever the referee adds on. We haven't had the signal yet. It is down in front of us as Turner goes long with this kick, aimed towards Wood. Wood beaten to the ball by Bonner, he was with the header. Ball over the top here, and Nisbet's got to be first to the ball as Coker chases. He heads it back towards Turner, and Turner's got Coker behind him, just waits and rolls it out here towards Lee Togwell. Inside here towards Sean Fraser. Fraser just forgets to take the ball with him. Slips as he plays it back here towards Sam Togwell. Sam Togwell just waiting as Coker chases him down, finds Sean Fraser. Slough just trying to create the space. Ball over the top here for Wood to run onto. Bonner's there for Dartford. He clears the ball only as far as Johnson. Johnson's clearance hits Warren Harris, and it's a throw to Dartford, but they are deep inside their own half. We're going to see a substitution for Dartford. Coming off is 15, who is Phil Roberts. Coming on is 11, who is Tom Murphy. So Murphy is a late substitution for Roberts, and he does go up front for Dartford. The referee just pointing out to the linesman who's come up here to see the substitution is he's going to force Johnson to go further back to take this throw here for Dartford. So it's Johnson with this throw. Aimed in, it's one by Lee Togwell. Heading it in there, headed away by Bradbook. Comes here towards Coker, who heads it on only as far as Wells. Wells pokes the ball forwards. Vint uses his body to block the run of Wood and allows Bonner to come in and head the ball back towards the goalkeeper, Vos. We're into the 4 minutes of added time. Here, Coker wins the header, and Turner comes out to the edge of his box to claim the ball, shouting to leave it so he can collect the ball. And it's here with Jack Turner. Turner just waiting to see if Slough can get further down the field. And takes a huge kick here by Turner. Soars is underneath it. Beaten, headed away by Bonner. Clicked on by Bradbook. George Wells is first to the ball there, but it's come through towards Lynch. Lynch turning away from Noble. Inside towards Soars. Soars digs out, turn, pass inside towards Wells. Wells crosses hard and low. It'll come through to Lynch at the far post. He just blocked by Johnson. Lynch still has the ball. Trying to shield the ball. Finding Fraser. Fraser's little touch inside towards Clifford. Clifford has it nicked off him by Greenell. Greenell on the attack here. He's got Murphy on this left-hand side is in an offside position, but run back into an onside position. Pick the ball up down this left-hand side. He's got Lee Togwell standing in front of him, going towards the corner. Tries to get a corner and does so. Wins a corner off Lee Togwell for Dartford. And again, that will mean Bonner and Vint go forwards here. Slough with some defending to do. And the last time these two sides met here at Arbour Park 2 years ago, a late goal by Dartford won the game 3-2. Are we going to see a repeat of it here? Yeah, the corner comes in at the far hand post. It's bed round. Turner punches it off the line. And Slough hooked the ball clear up towards Warren Harris on the left hand side. Holds it up towards Swords. Swords has got to pass in towards Lee Togwell. Takes it on his head. And it's Winter with the header. It will come out here towards Greenall, who just volleys it clear, looking for the run of Coker to chase. Coker can't keep it in. It's out of play for a throw to Slough. We have a yellow card to Greenall for something that he said. So Greenall's got a yellow card for dissent in the 93rd minute. And it's a throw to Slough, taken short towards Sam Togwell, who launches it down the field. Warren Harris flicks the header on. Vint is there. He'll guide it back towards his goalkeeper, Vos. Warren Harris chasing it down. Vos's clearance isn't the best. And Vinter gets there first for Dartford. He hooks it straight down the field. It goes out of play for a throw to Slough. We've got roughly 30 seconds of this added time to play. And it looks like it's going to be a 2-2 draw here at Arbour Park. And it puts a slight dent into the Dartford promotion drive. And the throw from George Wells goes back here towards Turner. Turner, long kick down the field here, aiming for Tommy Wood. Wood beaten to the ball by Vint. Noble flicks the ball on. Coker's offside. And he's got to leave that one. It's a free kick here for Slough to take. Nisbet's going to take it for Slough. I think he's just going to slow the game down here, as I'm sure that once the kick it forward, the referee will blow up. We're into the added time. We're into the 94th minute already. Turner with the free kick on the far hand side, looking for Wood. Headed away by Bradbuck, only as far as Fraser. Fraser trying to cushion the ball down for Lynch. Johnson sees it out for a throw. And it will be Johnson, the left back, to take. And that is the final whistle here at Arbour Park. It's been a much better game for the Rebels, despite conceding an early goal in the second half. An early equaliser. Ben Harris is on crutches, I can tell you. So not sure how bad the injury is, but Ben's on crutches on the field at the moment. But it's been an entertaining 2-2 draw here at Arbour Park. Slough finally have come back into a game after going behind at home, which they'll be more than pleased around, especially against their playoff hopeful as well. We've got the latest or full-time scores for you. Billericay have won again 2-0 at home to Eastbourne Borough. It's Chelmsford 1, East Thurrock 0. Chippenham have come from behind against 10-man Hungerford to be leading 2-1. That's still a latest score. Concord 2, Bath 1. Dulwich have come back. It's Dulwich 3, Hemel Hempstead 3. It finished a surprise result. Hampton and Richmond 0, falling way down the table. Gloucester win again 1. It's Truro 2, Oxford City 0, Wealdstone 2, St Albans 0. Torquay now with 10 men heading for a second defeat under Gary Johnson, not Glenn Johnson, that would be very funny. Welling leading 2-0, and it's full-time Woking 2, Western Supermare 1. That is it from us here this afternoon. Thank you for your messages. Dart says excellent comedy. Good luck for the rest of the season. Dart, back at you. Not obviously commentary, because you'll be at home commentating on the wife doing the cooking or something, which I'm sure we'll get lots of YouTube listeners anyway. But yes, good luck to the rest of the season for Dartford. Blackberry wanted to know how many was at the game. 701 was the official attendance today. Bald Raven, thank you very much. And Colin Martin as well. And the same good luck for the rest of the season to you all. We will be back next Saturday, where it is Slough away to Bath City. And again, we will be on air from 10 to 3 then. So until then, thank you all very much for listening. Please have an enjoyable weekend for the rest of the weekend. Just a reminder, it was 701. Sean Fraser in his 301st game, scoring his only 5th ever goal for Slough, was man of the match. And it's 2-2. And we're all off to watch Newport County thrash Man City. So, well, that's what someone told me to say. But there you go, all over here at Arbour Park. Thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We're back on Saturday. And as usual, thanks for getting in contact. Bye-bye.